Ciao, I'm Eliana Pelagi and welcome to Power Your Mindset through the words of inspirational authors of the self-development industry. Just so you know, I am not a coach. I am not a self-development guru expert, nothing like that. I'm here to share this knowledge and help you to understand if you want to pick this book for your next read, okay? So let's start with the next book. The book I want to share with you today, it's called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And if you cannot understand anything here, it's because it is an Italian copy. As you can tell from my accent, I'm Italian, but don't worry, this video is gonna be in English. First of all, I would like to say I love Louise Hay. You know, I truly believe Louise Hay is one of those authors that can really change your life. I mean it. She gives so much good value, resources, exercises that if you apply and you're open-minded, you have to be very open-minded to accept everything she says. But if you're open-minded enough and you actually apply those exercises she says on a daily basis, you can really change your life. I mean it. The core of the book, the philosophy is that our thoughts and our mind can really shape our reality in a good and in a bad way. And then the body and the mind are deeply connected together. The first page of her book, actually, she says, life is very simple. While we give, we get back. I 100% believe that. And she also says, like, every thought we have shape our future. And that also means that any negative thoughts can actually manifest on your body with some conditions and symptoms. Such as if you never ever heard about anything like that, it's already wild enough to hear that, isn't it? I know it can sound a little bit scary at the beginning, but in reality, it is amazing because it means that for every problem, there is a solution because we've been creating all the problems, right? So we can give ourselves the solutions. Isn't that mind-blowing? We can create our reality from our thoughts and from our beliefs. Another core philosophy of the books is that the people don't achieve success in their lives because of lack of self-worth and a lack of self-love. She speaks about the lack of self-worth that can actually prevent all the beautiful things to happen in our life, include success as well. Success in life, success in love, success in work. She says in the book, and she repeats it over and over and over, that if we cannot achieve beautiful things in our life, it's because we lack of self-worth. And to be honest, I always been one of those. Deep inside me, I was always having this kind of like bzz, little voice that would make me look in the mirror and says, oh my God, you're ugly, you're fat, you're not successful, you're a failure. Have you ever heard about that little voice? That little voice is a little bit that actually is preventing us from achieving success and beautiful things in our life. I mean, seriously, how many of us can actually go around the streets thinking like, oh, I'm doing well, oh, I prove myself, oh, I'm doing so good. Come on, I'm very confident to speak for many of us here that the main voice we listen in our little mind, it has something critical against ourselves. And that's what she says as a core philosophy in the book. The majority of our issues in life are based on a lack of self-worth. Isn't it crazy? I mean, it makes so much sense. And then she speaks about all the conditioning we got from our parents. And I don't know what have been your stories. I'm sure that each of us has an amazing self-limiting condition that's been created in the childhood. And our parents did our best, but still they conditioned some lack of self-worth in maybe love or money, success, you know? How many times our parents repeated sentences like, I mean, this is for, at least for my parents, oh, rich people are not good. The rich people are selfish. Oh, look at this person has so much money, must be a mean person. I mean, all of those sentences are really creating a belief that we're gonna carry all our life. How amazing. Something I really appreciated a lot that she actually mentioned in the book, it is like, to not point the finger at your parents because they did the best of what they could with the childhood self-limiting beliefs that they had from our grandparents, you know? So she actually says, if you feel like you've been treated badly by your parents, think about how was their childhood. And to be honest, for someone like me, they grew up with a schizophrenic father in a very domestic violence environment. It made me feel like, oh, actually, I've been mad at my father for years, okay? Really carrying a lot of anger. But if I stop and think like, how was my father's childhood? How did he grow up? Oh, actually things actually really started changing, and creating the level of empathy towards our parents really helped us healing and forgiving. In fact, the forgiveness, it's a big topic in the entire book. Actually, in this paragraph, she says like all diseases are born in a state of not forgiveness. And who have you not forgiven in your life? And she starts helping you brainstorming and thinking, who are those people you carry still anger towards them and you have not been forgiving? If we want to let go our past, we need to be willing to forgive. And we can only do that if we really love and appreciate ourselves. So she started giving you some very interesting exercises. I will pick one for you to show you now. Here she says that when you were born as a newborn, you are full of love and you don't have all of those self-limiting beliefs because they grow as you grow up. So she says, take a little mirror, you look at yourself in the eyes and you can say loudly, Eliana, I love and accept you exactly as you are. I mean, the first reaction you have is, what am I doing? Once you get over this feeling of feeling really uncomfortable, you keep on repeating, and you can help yourself with little post-its. I start putting post-its literally everywhere in my house, and I put a post-it on the mirror, and I wrote like, Eliana, I love and accept you exactly as you are. I mean, seriously, the first few times it gave me a little bit of things in my stomach. And this is something that it can be done like even after a few years because your life goes up and down. What I realized that even if you exercise yourself to repeat how much you love yourself, it's never enough. And there will be time in which you will start doubting yourself again and you need to do those practices even more. But seriously, guys, if you can try this little exercise, this already on its own is already life-changing. Like, please try. Let me know in the comment if you try, and let me know if you manage to do it for more than 21 days, how your life is improving. When we start from a feeling of love, self-acceptance, and joy, I mean, what type of events we're gonna attract in our lives? And to be honest, I've experienced this since I've started repeating those affirmations, and I've done it every day, and I really started believing it, without feeling stupid, without feeling uncomfortable. I really started manifesting weird, nice things in my life. When we love and accept ourselves exactly for who we are, everything works in our life. We start creating more confidence in us, more trust, and this can only attract beautiful relationships, beautiful events, and whatever she says actually in the book, she said you can also get a pay rise at work, you can attract a better job if you don't like that job you're doing, you can attract a better relationship in your life. Everything works according to the level of self-love you have. How you can track where those limiting beliefs are come from. For example, she says the majority of times people think like I'm not good enough. And she makes a little example here and she says like, okay, let's write limiting belief, I'm not good enough. When was the first time I heard those voices, that little sentences? Where does it come from? And it might be your father that was telling you all the time that you were stupid. And then she makes some little examples. And once you managing to track down where the limiting beliefs come from, you can start working on the emotion that is trapped in that thought and is manifesting those unfortunate events that are happening in your life. Then she says the mirror reflects actually what we think and feel of ourselves. And oh my God, if I actually need to start thinking like all the horrible things I've been repeating to myself when I've seen my face in the mirror or my body in the mirror, like many. My hair is not done, I look fat, I look stupid, whatever. I mean, seriously, one of the beautiful affirmations that she gives is like that when you see yourself in the mirror, you can start saying, I approve of myself. I approve of myself. I approve of myself. I started repeating this like over and over, almost like as a crazy person. But every time I see myself in the mirror, I think like, I approve of myself. I approve of myself. I start doing my hair, something I don't like to do, and I see everything going and I'm like, I approve of myself. I approve of myself. I see myself in the mirror when I do, workout in the gym, and I look at myself being on like super tone, whatever, and I'm like, I approve of myself. I approve of myself. I know it sounds crazy, but try to do that and see how things will change. And another cool thing she speaks about is the power of changing. And she says like, if you want to change your life, it's not even a matter of discipline. It is a matter of changing that pattern of thoughts that you repeat over and over in your mind. And if you start saying to yourself, I am willing to let go the need of blank and you write the conditions that you have. It can be like not feeling worthy enough, not accepting love in my life. It can be anything, you know. But she says that it's not really a matter of discipline. It's really about having this letting go, these limiting conditions that we have in our mind. All the book speaks about this topic, and on the last part of the book there is a proper list of lots of symptoms and conditions and a possible cause that can come from a belief or an emotional connection. And she also gives you a list of affirmations you can connect to those emotions. So what I wanted to say here is like, we're not saying to not take any medicine or not go to see doctors, anything like that. This can be a complementary way to heal yourself. Because sometimes we realize in many conditions, sometimes the medicines are not enough. Sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, sometimes it's not enough. So if it's not enough, let's try to dig more and see like when this has started, what were the beliefs that can started all of this, and trying to heal ourselves, letting go that mental conditions and limiting belief inside our minds. So as I said, you need to be very open-minded to read this book. Let me know if you're actually gonna read it. And if you start repeating the affirmation I gave you about like the one that you love yourself in the mirror, if you start repeating that and you see some amazing results in your life, please feel free to share it here in the comments. I really want to read it and be in touch with you. It can be something even small, okay? Anything positive that happens after you're repeating that over and over and over and over. So let me know in the comments how it goes, and I'm looking forward to see you again.